Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, contain the contamination. The path ahead as top health officials race to stop the spread of hantavirus, with at least one positive patient quarantining in Nebraska. Plus, school bomb scare, the dreadful threats placing 2 Nebraska high schools on lockdown today, and what authorities are revealing in their investigations. Also, Decision Day, what you need to know as voters all over Nebraska prepare to hit the polls for the primary election. But first, tonight at 4:30, health officials give an update on 2 Americans under close watch during this hantavirus outbreak. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. Officials today telling us 16 people from the ship who were exposed to the disease are now quarantining in Omaha. They're shedding more light now on their conditions and the response plan.
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle Da Silva and I'm reporting from UNMC, where I just attended a press conference with Governor Pillen, NU President Dr. Gohl, and a slew of leaders and medical staff from UNMC. And of course, we were all here to get updates on those 18 passengers brought to the United States from the MV Hondius cruise ship after the deadly hantavirus outbreak. Well, here are those updates. Out of those 18 people, 16 of them are here at UNMC, and all but 1 are in the quarantine unit. They are all very tired, so there has been some questioning, but medical staff is giving them time to rest. None of them are showing symptoms. Now, the one person I said was not part of that group is in a biocontainment unit. Now, that person is said to have a decent appetite, but also getting a lot of rest right now, and not currently showing any symptoms as of this morning. Now, the other 2 people that came off that ship to the United States are currently at Emory Hospital in Atlanta. Now, they are said to be showing symptoms, but being monitored as well. We'll be reporting back as we learn more. Danielle Da Silva, Channel 8 News.
Now to our Monday weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty, it's a warm start to the work week.
It is, but this is a time of year that you can see all kinds of odd weather, including strong to severe storms. Now, we're not seeing any of that. I had to go all the way up into Canada. That's how you know it's warm, is when all the strong storm activity is way to the north. And Winnipeg seeing, well, not severe weather, but strong storms. Around here, though, maybe a sprinkle over here towards O'Neill, and 90% of that probably not even getting to the ground, maybe even 95%. We're just seeing a mixture of clouds and sun, and a good-looking shot of the flag that is showing a little windy out there. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, mostly sunny. Yeah, wind gusts almost 30 miles per hour, so it's a breezy one, but it is a warm one. 85 in Lincoln, 84 Heber, and 84 in Grand Island. A lot of lower and middle 80s, and those temperatures are going to continue for the next several days. We'll drop to around the lower 60s, but that wind will stay up there, sustained around 20 miles per hour. More on that wind in just a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Rusty. And what do you know? Another earthquake hitting here in Nebraska this morning. The Emergency Management Agency for Jefferson and Saline counties reporting a 2.8 magnitude earthquake, and once again, it was near Cowles. They say the tremor happened around 9:40 this morning. It's the second one in just 2 days in that area after an earthquake hit that same spot in Saturday. Crazy stuff, but I don't think many people were able to feel the shake this morning like we were with the last one. Breaking now, 2 Nebraska high schools placed on lockdown today. Students and staff at Alliance High School were evacuated after a bomb threat. According to the police department there, the school was cleared and they determined it to be a swatting call. But they're not the only town dealing with these types of threats today. The North Platte Police Department says their high school got a threatening phone call about a potential danger outside. The school was placed into lockdown, but law enforcement says they also found nothing. They write, this happened to other schools across Nebraska today. We'll let you know if there's any updates. Right now, the Seward School Board is thinking of raising their pay for staff. They're considering a 4% salary increase for a range of staff positions, from cooks to custodians and nurses. The next school year could come with bigger paychecks for everyone. There are also additional raises available for paras based on certifications and teaching levels. They're set to be voting on this here soon. That meeting starting just minutes ago at 4:30. We'll let you know when a decision is made. Breaking now, the accused White House correspondent Gala shooter pleading not guilty to all charges. ABC's Olivia Rubin brings us up to speed.
Today, the man accused of attempting to assassinate President Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner pleading not guilty to the charges against him. Wearing an orange prison jumpsuit with his hands and feet shackled, Cole Thomas Allen looked at the ground as the 4 federal charges against him were read in court. The California native did not speak during the hearing. But Allen's defense today arguing they might seek to have the entire U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia recused. He argued that both Jeanine Pirro, the U.S. Attorney for D.C., and the Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche were at the dinner and could potentially be victims of the very prosecution they're overseeing. Allen's attorneys also arguing Pirro, the U.S. Attorney's very public and close relationship with the alleged intended target, referring to President Trump, could also play a factor in her recusing herself. Law enforcement saying this surveillance video shows Allen charging a security checkpoint armed with multiple guns and knives. Those shots heard from inside the ballroom where President Trump, Vice President Vance, and thousands of others gathered for the annual dinner, causing chaos. Now, the government has until May 22nd to respond to the defense's motion. The next hearing is now set for June 29th. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
Now to the 2026 Nebraska primary. We're nearing crunch hour. Tomorrow is election day all over Nebraska. People will be heading to the polls and deciding which candidates will represent which political party in the general elections come November. Now you can see here some people already turning their ballots in this video sent in by citizen journalist Brian to our Now Local News app. Today is your final chance to vote early in person. And for those looking to drop off their vote by mail ballots, you have until 8 p.m. tomorrow to do so. There are 24-hour secure drop boxes all over the state, including many here in Lincoln and Lancaster County, which is what you're taking a look at here. And tomorrow night, Channel 8 is your Election Day headquarters for primary night in Nebraska. Our team of reporters will be tracking those results in real time and updating our Now Local News app so you can follow along on the biggest races from home. Just scan the QR code on your screen. Well, Nebraska baseball has a big week ahead. Today, the Huskers moving up in the latest rankings. Let's check in with sports director Nate Johnson.
Hey, Mackenzie, thank you. Yeah, Nebraska may have to win out in order to keep those dreams of hosting a region alive. And Big Red will suit it up tomorrow in Omaha for a showdown with Creighton. More on that in a second. First, let's take a look at this week's D1 baseball poll. UCLA still holding strong at the #1 spot. Oregon is up next for the Big Ten. They are 16. USC is there at 17. And then Nebraska comes in 1 spot higher than last week at 24. Now, a big game awaits for the Huskers. As I was saying, tomorrow in Omaha, a game you simply have to win. The Huskers have taken the first 2 against Creighton. Despite that, this will be the most important of the 3 this season, without question. And an update for the season series finale with Minnesota later this week. The first of 2 games of that series at Minnesota had been picked up by the Big Ten Network. So first pitch of Thursdays and Fridays games have been moved to 5 p.m. The series finale on Saturday is set for 1 p.m. on Big Ten Plus. We'll keep you updated all week on our Now Local News app. A big week for baseball, softball awaits, and for high school sports with the state tournaments getting underway. We'll have the latest in the Sports Zone. For now, Mackenzie.
All right, thank you, Nate. And as he mentioned, all of these upcoming games for softball and baseball are crucial for the teams to win. Our sports team is going to be bringing you live updates for each of the games as they're happening. The best way to follow along with these teams is by downloading our Now Local News app. Scan the QR code there on your screen. And plus, if you're at any of the games, you can even send in your own video, and you might see it right here on Channel 8. Coming up after the break, a new cause for concern from women's health experts. Why they're saying current breast cancer screening recommendations may be causing many women to miss early detection. And tonight, it's down to just 3 American Idol contestants who will hit the stage for their last chance to earn America's vote. Tonight will also feature performances from stars like Alicia Keys and Jason Mraz. You can watch it all right here on ABC. That finale airs at 7 p.m. and afterwards tune in to catch our nightly news at 10 o'clock. And so much more ahead on our newscast tonight, including a final word for voters, the message from the superintendent of Norris Public Schools to families just hours before a big vote. That's new at 5. Stick with us.
$476-1093.
New at 4:30, experts warn that conflicting recommendations on breast cancer screenings could be harming detection chances. Health experts are pointing out the differences in guidance could be causing confusion, especially when it comes to recommendations on when to start annual mammograms and how often to have them. Mandy Gaither explains.
In 2026 alone, nearly 322,000 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in U.S. women. While the disease mainly develops in middle-aged or older women, in recent years there's been a slight uptick, about 1.4% in new cases seen in women younger than 50. Some worry there's confusion over mammogram guidance.
There is different recommendations out there depending upon what literature you're citing.
Doctors use those recommendations to guide their decisions on when to suggest patients start those screenings. Right now, the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommends women start at age 40 and screen every other year. The American Cancer Society suggests women at average risk have the option at age 40 to start annual screening, at age 45 have mammograms every year, and at 55 start screening every other year, or choose to continue annual screenings.
Based on our guidelines for the American College of Radiology and the Society of Breast Imaging, we recommend starting at age 40 every year.
Dr. Alyssa Cubison with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says the conflicting guidance may lead to delays in screening and cancers being detected at a later stage when it's harder to treat. She says some women also put off screening because no one in their family has had the disease.
Most women that are diagnosed with breast cancer have no attributable family history of breast cancer.
Cubison suggests taking a risk assessment survey with a doctor around age 25.
Knowing this can help know at what age it's most appropriate to start screening.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Here in Lincoln, the Morning Hope Grief Center is showing off a brand new parking lot. That facility is a refuge for people dealing with loss, and they say families have been forced to park in the street for some time now because of limited parking space. But good news, they say the new lot is almost complete and it'll solve that problem. The Morning Center says families will be able to come in and get the help they need without worrying about where to park. Well, coming up on this Thursday, Channel 8's third annual bike drive, and we want to break last year's record. So if you have any new or gently used bikes sitting out in your garage, now's the time. Pull them out, dust them off, and come right on down to the Channel 8 news station. You can give them to a good cause by dropping them off in just a few days this Thursday between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Well, I wonder if the warm weather is going to hold up until Thursday. Let's check in with Rusty for our full forecast. Rusty, what do you think?
It is. We're going to see very mild temperatures in the next several days, and a little on the windy side too. Here's your hour-by-hour wind gusts as we head through tonight into the early morning hours. Look at that. As we head into the overnight, you're looking at anywhere from 25 to 30 or 31 miles per hour, which isn't, I mean, it's not nothing, but it's not a huge deal. But it is going to be a little breezy as we head through tonight. And it's already a little windy out there. ABC Seamless showing North 48th and Cornhusker Highway a little shake to the camera. That always happens when that wind starts to pick up. But have you ever tried to pick one of these things up? They're heavy. I mean, don't run into one. It'll do damage to your car. That's why they don't go anywhere when the wind is howling out there like it is will be later on tonight. As of today, we're still below where we should be. Total so far 4.08. Normal is about almost 3.5 inches higher than that. So we're going to need some rain here pretty soon, and we just haven't had any lately. Yesterday was such a nice day. Oh, Mother's Day. Temperatures got into the middle 70s. We were at 76 this time yesterday. We dropped to around 46 degrees early this morning. Now look at us. In the middle 80s. I think we topped out at 86 degrees just a couple hours ago. So a very warm day today. We should be closer to 72, 73 degrees. So about 10 degrees above average today. We'll eventually drop back into the 70s by 10 p.m. Mostly clear skies, a bit of a south to southwest wind will shift tomorrow and should die down as we head into the afternoon, but it is going to be a windy start. However, I think we're okay for the car wash, at least through Tuesday and Wednesday. Just a small chance on Thursday, so I'm giving it the yellow light, not the blinking arrow, just the good old-fashioned yellow light. I think we'll see those temperatures in the middle and upper 80s. Now, we are looking at just a few clouds out there right now. That strong storm up there towards Winnipeg. You have to go a long ways before you start to see any significant rain. All of the Midwest and Central Plains very, very dry right now. Just maybe a sprinkle over there towards O'Neill in Holt County, and even that, maybe a drop or two. Stormcast has those temperatures, and we're just really looking at temperatures here, dropping into the 70s by 9 p.m. As soon as the sun goes down, I think we'll see 60s and 70s by 11 p.m. and eventually just dropping into the lower 60s. There is a little bit of a frontal boundary right here that will shift our winds. Won't have a lot of moisture to work with. If anything, maybe some raindrops off to the east. And then just starting, and then by Tuesday afternoon, partly cloudy to eventually mostly sunny skies, maybe a sprinkle or two to the north and northeast, but not a whole lot of rain in this forecast.
All right, thanks for keeping us updated, Rusty. Time now for a look at what's trending on our website, klkntv.com. Here is Channel 8's Mark Fisher.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Mark Fisher, and we're back with another segment of what's trending on klkntv.com. First up, the Nebraska softball team buried the Bruins on Saturday, defeating UCLA 7-2 to secure the 2026 Big Ten tournament title. The Huskers earned their second ever tournament title in program history, although it's the first time they've won both the Big Ten regular season and tournament title in the same seasons. Both Ava Cusack and Casey Hoffman hit a pair of home runs in the 4th and 6th innings, Jordy Fromm pitched a complete 7 innings with 8 strikeouts, 1 earned run, and allowed 5 hits on the day. With the latest victory, the Huskers extended their winning streak to 21 games. Nebraska will now host South Dakota in the Lincoln Regional on Friday. Also getting clicks, health officials gave an update on Monday morning after 16 American passengers from the hantavirus-hit cruise ship landed in Omaha. 15 are in the quarantine unit, and 1 person who tested positive is in the biocontainment unit. The other American cruise ship passengers were flown to Atlanta for further assessment and care. You can read about these stories and much more on our website at klkntv.com, but for now, we'll be back right here tomorrow with more trending stories.
When we come back, travel troubles. Memorial Day traffic is expected to be one of the busiest in history. Find out what roadblocks you might run into here in the Midwest. And coming up all new at 5, honoring the fallen, how different local law enforcement agencies are paying tribute to Nebraska officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Stick with us, we'll be right back. Developing now, new concerns about the price of gas being sky high amid a busy travel season. The costs climbing as summer travel is set to begin in just a few short weeks. And this comes as Memorial Day weekend travel is expected to be record-breaking. ABC's Melissa Adon reports.
Around the country, people are considering Memorial Day travel plans.
I'm a little nervous to see what flights are going to be costing us when we want to fly this summer.
AAA says about 45 million Americans are expected to travel at least 50 miles from home. This despite the surge in airfare and gas prices.
Travel is so personal, and people travel for so many different reasons, whether it's celebrating milestones, whether it's you're visiting your grandmother, whether it's just having a girls' weekend or just getting together with friends, or even solo trips. These are experiences that people are now gravitating toward more so than material things.
Some who are choosing to hit the road saying they are changing their plans due to the rising cost of a gallon of gas.
Everything that goes up affects me deeply.
Traveling to California and stuff like that with price in oil, not something we're going to be doing anytime soon.
President Trump today saying he plans to temporarily suspend the federal gas tax in order to help address high fuel prices. The current average for a gallon of regular is $4.48, according to Gas Buddy. If the federal gas tax is suspended, that would bring down the cost about 18 cents.
This is a time where while people look like they're willing to pay and are willing to do it to celebrate, be with family, just how much are they expected to pay?
When you remove what's been happening recently in the Iran conflict and the fact that oil prices have surged over the past couple of months, spring, summer, that is the high season for gas prices. Drivers are used to paying more at the pump this time of year because gasoline demand goes up and summer blend gasoline is more expensive.
AAA says the majority of the travelers, about 39 million, are expected to drive, and more than 3 million people are expected to fly. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Let's get our final check of weather here at 4:30. Here's Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Temperatures are in the 80s right now, so by early tomorrow morning, we won't fall off too far. In fact, most of us in eastern Nebraska hanging on to the 60s and then some 50s a little further south. And then eventually, as you get into the southwestern corner of the Panhandle, we'll see the upper 40s. But most of us in the 50s and 60s early tomorrow morning, leading to another day on the warm side. Lots of 70s and some 80s out there, between 80 and 85 degrees for much of southeastern Nebraska. Upper 70s from Norfolk to Grand Island, middle 70s from O'Neill to Valentine, and still some 80s into the southwest towards McCook at 82 degrees. Look at that wind blowing. Oh my goodness. You can almost feel it. Look at that. It's just, and a lot of sunshine too. Now as we head through tonight, just a few clouds here and there. This is 11 p.m. Maybe a few clouds to wake up early tomorrow morning, and then eventually partly cloudy skies as we head through Tuesday afternoon. Unfortunately, no precipitation in the forecast for now.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us. That's going to do it for Channel 8 News at 4:30, but in just a few minutes, myself and Rusty will be right back here, along with our reporters and citizen journalists. That's all coming up at the top of the hour, so don't go far. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stick with us.
Which room in your home could use new flooring? Carpets Direct is your #1 source for all things floors, offering a wide variety of carpet, luxury vinyl, hardwood, laminate, and sheet vinyl flooring. Carpets Direct, South 48th Street, Lincoln.
Yet another toothpaste that does not whiten.
Girl, this one works. Basic toothpaste stops at the top. Crest goes deeper to dissolve the bonds that hold stains to teeth for whiter teeth in one day. Crest.
President Trump stands with Congressman Adrian Smith, giving Adrian his complete and total endorsement. A lifelong Nebraska conservative, Adrian Smith has always fought for us. President Trump trusts Congressman Adrian Smith to keep fighting to secure our southern border, stand up to Washington radicals, and deliver the America First agenda. Congressman Adrian Smith, Trump endorsed, Trump approved. Defend American Jobs is responsible for the content of this ad.
Looking for a truck repair company you can trust? Stevenson Truck Repair is your one-stop repair shop, performing both mechanical and body repairs on all types of vehicles, from motorhomes to fleet vehicles. Stevenson has you covered. Stevenson Truck Repair, just south of 27th and Superior. Proud to be a BBB accredited business.
Around here, we work hard until the job is done. It's how I was raised, and it's how I serve. Expanding opportunities for kids. Keeping boys out of girls' sports. Fighting for Nebraska farmers and ranchers. Standing with President Trump, securing our border, and cracking down on waste and fraud. We've delivered results, and we'll keep working till the job is done. I'm Adrian Smith, and I approve this message.
Grow your family's Christian faith and share the love of God with others with ABC Book and Bible House. Browse the book selection, share a greeting card, surprise the little ones, and the perfect place for all your shopping needs. ABC Book and Bible House, the Christian bookstore with so much more.
I was in Schaefer's looking for a washer and dryer. I didn't even know they had mattresses, but I lost my husband in the process of looking for appliances. And he was laying on a mattress, and he's like, you gotta lay on this thing. I wasn't in the market for a new mattress, but I don't sleep great. And this bed started like massaging me, but also like you're floating a little bit at the same time. And I turned to my husband, and he knew he was gonna have to buy me this mattress before I left the store.
It's all waiting in the Sleep Gallery at Schaefer's.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, Cowles quakes again. Another earthquake strikes a small town in Nebraska. What we know about the magnitude tonight. Also, Police Week Pride.
Law enforcement around the country honor those who have died in the line of duty. Here at LPD, we've had 7 officers killed in the line of duty.
How different law enforcement agencies across the state are celebrating law enforcement. Postseason approaching. What Husker baseball's latest ranking signals for them so late in the season. And quarantine questions.
We're working diligently to ensure
Where we start tonight, medical officials detail the patients under their care who have been exposed to the hantavirus outbreak. We're keeping a close eye on where those exposed passengers are in the U.S. At this time, 18 passengers from the ship are here in the States. 2 are in Atlanta hospitals for treatment, 16 of them arriving in Nebraska this morning, with 1 of them positive for the virus. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. Rod has the night off. Uncertainty growing as the public is anxious to hear about the quarantine plan and where we go from here. Health officials and state leaders answering some of those questions today at a press conference in Omaha. Our Danielle De Silva joins us live from UNMC after learning those details. What do we know tonight, Danielle?
Mackenzie, there is a group of highly trained professionals that are attending to those 16 passengers today. And Governor Pillen spoke at today's press conference saying Nebraska is well equipped to handle this type of situation.
I begin by expressing my incredible appreciation for the countless professionals, both federal, state, and local, who have burnt the midnight oil and worked extensively in the last days to have a safe transfer.
Governor Pillen assuring the people of Nebraska on Monday that those passengers who have been exposed to hantavirus are getting world-class care. 15 passengers are staying in individual rooms in the quarantine unit. The only passenger who tested positive is in the biocontainment unit in another facility, which is more like a hospital setting. No word tonight on when that patient can leave the biocontainment room, but health officials say none of the 16 people are showing symptoms as of Monday morning. The passengers range in age from late 20s up to the 70s and 80s, and they will need to be monitored for symptoms for the next 42 days during the incubation period, which is recommended by the CDC and state health officials. Experts are now questioning each of the patients, hoping to figure out the exact moment they have first come into contact with the virus. But this morning, they remain adamant that the general public is not at risk. Rooms are secured with heavy filtration systems described as negative pressure spaces that helps to keep both the patients and staff safe. The CDC says this is not a mandatory quarantine, and health officials tell us one person is requesting to leave Omaha and go home to monitor their own symptoms. Despite none of these patients showing symptoms at this moment, they are still within that 42-day incubation period and are being highly monitored. And if any of them do begin to show symptoms, medical staff here say that they will be assigning a contingency plan that will be individualized for each patient. I'm Danielle De Silva reporting live from Omaha for Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Danielle. These next few days could be critical for those patients, and we'll be bringing you every update we get from those medical professionals in Omaha. Our team here at Channel 8 has been posting new information to our Now Local News app as soon as it comes into the newsroom. Scan the QR code there on your screen and download our app so you can be the first to know what's happening with the hantavirus outbreak. Breaking now, the suspect in the White House Correspondents' Dinner enters a plea. Cole Allen pleading not guilty on all counts today. He didn't speak at all in the hearing. Allen's defense attorneys say they might seek to have the entire U.S. Attorney's Office for D.C. removed from the case, arguing they could potentially be a victim overseeing the prosecution. The government has until May 22nd to respond to the defense's motion. Allen is due back in court on June 29th. Also breaking now, an earthquake shaking the ground in southeast Nebraska this morning. Take a look here. That yellow dot you see on your screen is where the epicenter was. Officials reporting it as a 2.8 magnitude quake around 9:40 a.m. And if you remember that larger earthquake earlier this year, it might sound familiar. That's because both of these earthquakes have been right by the small village of Cowles. That's about 95 miles away from Lincoln as the crow flies. Let's get you a first look at our forecast on this Monday evening. Here's a live look outside from our tower camera. Really not a bad start to the week. Blue skies, sun beaming, warm temperatures. Will the nice weather carry on? Let's ask Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty?
We do need the rainfall, so I wish we could get a little more of that in between these nice days, but we do have a lot of sunshine in the forecast, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at things. Sunset at 8:34 this evening, a mixture of clouds and sun, just some high clouds. Temperature-wise, in the 80s through 7 p.m. and into the 70s as we head towards midnight. Mostly clear, but on the windy side, out of the southwest at 10 to 25 miles per hour. 6th and Perkins, Shones Roofing Cam. We've got just a little bit of cloud cover out there, and 83 degrees with a wind gusting at 18 miles per hour. There's all that cloud cover, and again, it's not the thick cloud cover. It's not a gray day. It's just some filtered sunshine, maybe a sprinkle or two over there towards O'Neill. Temperatures are in the 80s and 90 on the map. A couple of them actually. Valentine, Chadron, Ogallala, all in the lower 90s. It's a dry 90 though. There's little to no dew point out there, so a very dry atmosphere. And a gusty south wind at 20 to around 30 or 35 miles per hour. So temperature-wise, I think we'll be in the 80s for a few more hours, and then eventually dropping into the lower 60s by tomorrow morning. But these temperatures will try to stick around for a while. We'll look at the extended forecast in the full forecast.
All right, thanks, Rusty. Breaking now, the Lincoln City Council deciding on minimum wage. We've been keeping tabs on this discussion for some time now. The standard was set in 2022, and earlier this year, the state legislature proposing lower wages for younger workers. But tonight, the Lincoln City Council making the final say. Will they stand by the voter-approved minimum wage, or will the council members sway towards lower wages? Let's take a listen in to what they're saying tonight.
I'm concerned that the very people that increasing the minimum wage is supposed to help will limit their opportunity, because small businesses will be forced to hire less, cut hours, or eliminate positions.
We have an opportunity to restore trust to the community, to the voter, and to say that their actions at the ballot box matter.
The voter-approved minimum wage is maintained on a 6-to-1 vote, so it passes. Younger workers will not have to worry about lower wages. New tonight, a safety concern is on the rise in Beatrice. The police department is alerting the community to a rise in crime. They're hoping the public can help cut back on some of the thefts going on. According to Beatrice police, they're seeing an increase in vehicle break-ins, attempted break-ins, and suspicious activity throughout town. Officers are investigating all the incidents, and they're increasing their patrols in those areas that have been targets of the crimes. But they're also calling on the community to do their part by locking their vehicles and reporting anything out of the ordinary. Also tonight, the Da Vinci's restaurant on 48th Street is shutting down effective immediately. They've been open for more than 40 years there, but they're telling people not to worry, because this location closing will help them strengthen their overall operations in their other locations, which you can see here on the screen. They're saying their guests across Lincoln can expect uninterrupted service. Right now, police departments and sheriff's offices across Nebraska are celebrating National Police Week. The York County Sheriff's Office making a post today saying they're remembering those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty and recognizing officers who answer the call day and night. They're thanking all law enforcement officers for their commitment to protecting and serving others. Lincoln Police Department's Erica Thomas talking about what they'll be doing for National Police Week.
We'll be having our Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony on Tuesday, May 12th at noon in front of the Hall of Justice, where we'll be honoring them and those who've died in the line of duty for the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office.
Lincoln Police have had 7 officers killed in the line of duty, the most recent being LPD investigator Mario Herrera in 2020. And troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol are wearing shrouds over their badges during Police Week. They're doing this as a reminder of the heroes they've lost. They've had 13 troopers killed and say they will always remember them. Well, stay with us. We have more headed your way after the break and a new batch of stories in our 6 o'clock show, including Hitting the Road. AAA is predicting 45 million Americans to travel over Memorial Day weekend, when they say is the best time to hit the road if you're heading out of town. And after the break, the final stretch, what Nebraska baseball's latest ranking signals for their postseason hopes. Plus, later on tonight, it's down to just 3 American Idol contestants who will hit the stage for their last chance to earn America's vote. Tonight, we'll also feature performances from stars like Alicia Keys and Jason Mraz. You can watch it all right here on ABC. That finale airs at 7 p.m. You can tune in and watch our nightly news at 10 o'clock after the finale. Stick with us. Conversations are heating up as the Nebraska primary election is just one day away. Secretary Bob Evnen releasing a statement today reminding Nebraskans that his election office's integrity unit is standing by if concerns arise. He says anyone can call his election division office tomorrow if they have questions or concerns to express. And the Norris School District Superintendent is thanking people ahead of tomorrow's bond vote. Dr. Derek Joel says the community engagement they've had so far reflects what makes Norris a strong and connected community. The district is proposing a nearly $35 million bond issue to improve their school. Joel says no matter the outcome, they will always serve students as best they can. This is a result that our team will be watching closely tomorrow. Channel 8 is the best place to stay up to date with the primaries, and we'll be on top of all the biggest races. We'll be getting you in the know on every show tomorrow night. Our team is also going to be posting real-time updates on vote tallies on our Now Local News app. So scan the QR code there on your screen to download that app for free so you can find out first how the elections are going. We'll be right back. And then Nebraska baseball, let's check this out. Nebraska baseball has a big week ahead with just 4 regular season games left, and winning those games will be essential when it comes to postseason play. Today, the Huskers moving up slightly in the latest D1 baseball rankings, but let's check in with sports director Nate Johnson on Nebraska baseball's final stretch of the season and this week's rankings. Nate?
Yeah, hey, thank you, Mackenzie. Yeah, Nebraska may have to win out in order to keep those dreams of hosting a region alive. Big Red will suit up tomorrow in Omaha for a showdown with Creighton. More on that in a second. First, let's take a look at this week's D1 baseball poll. UCLA still holding strong at the #1 spot. Oregon is up next for the Big Ten. They're at 16. USC is there at 17. Then Nebraska comes in 1 spot higher than last week at 24. A big game awaits for the Huskers tomorrow in Omaha. To get back to that, a game that you simply have to win. The Huskers have taken the first 2 against Creighton. Despite that, this will be the most important of the 3 this season without question. And for an update for the season finale series with Minnesota later this week, the first 2 games of that series against Minnesota have been picked up by the Big Ten Network. First pitch on Thursday and Friday's games have been moved to 5 p.m., while the series finale on Saturday is set for 1 p.m. on Big Ten Plus. We'll keep you updated all week on our Now Local News app. A big game, a big week as well for baseball and softball awaits for high school sports as well. The state tournaments getting underway. We'll have the latest in the Sports Zone. Mackenzie?
All right, thank you, Nate. And whether you're at the game or you want to stay up to date with the latest from Husker baseball and all other sports, the Now Local News app is the best place to be. You can scan the QR code on your screen and download that app. And also, you can upload your own views from the games there and find updates from our team here at Channel 8 with all the Husker happenings.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So far, rainfall this month has been pretty much non-existent. Now, we did have a warm day today, 86. That's only about 8 degrees away from that record high set back in 2000. Record precipitation on this date was 3 inches, but notice rain today, 0. For the month, 0. Normal for the month, we should be over 1.5 inches already, but we've barely had over 4 inches for the entire season. So we definitely need more rainfall. But because of the lack of rain, the red flag warning is in place for much of the western half of the state through 10 p.m. tonight. This may get expanded into tomorrow. It's just dry, it's windy, it's warm. Any fire that gets started can get out of control quickly. Barry Lawcam looking at a gorgeous Monday afternoon. Is there such a thing as a gorgeous Monday? No. Mostly clear skies though. Very warm though, 90s out there in some spots like Valentine and Chadron, both, I know Ogallala too, all in the lower 90s. Everybody else in the lower and middle 80s. We're at 84 in Lincoln, touch cooler in Hastings at 81, 85 though in Grand Island and Aurora, 83s in Hebron and Columbus. So overall temperatures very warm, but it's a dry heat. I mean, that we'll get the humidity eventually, but it has been bone dry around here lately for humidity. That makes it a lot easier to warm up, and that's why we've been seeing a lot of middle 80s, and you're probably thinking it doesn't feel like the middle 80s. Well, when the humidity comes around, it will start to feel more like it. But the wind is out of the south and west at anywhere from 10 to 25 miles per hour. It is gusting to around 35 miles per hour. This will eventually shift out of the northwest as we head through later tonight. So there's the frontal boundary right there between, notice O'Neill and Broken Bow, that wind's coming out of the southwest, but Valentine and everything west of this line right here, it's starting to come out of the northwest. Now, this doesn't have any moisture to work with, so it'll be a dry frontal boundary, and as it moves through, the wind kind of shifts. It sticks around though anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour. The frontal boundary will move through right there about 11 o'clock Tuesday morning, and then all the wind will start to come out of the north and west and eventually die off as we head into Tuesday night. So it's going to be a windy couple of days, but not anything we're not used to. We have partly to mostly cloudy skies, a lot of thin clouds here, those upper level cirrus clouds. If that's reaching the ground, I would be very, very surprised. So tonight, mostly clear skies, maybe a couple of clouds trying to move in by early tomorrow morning. Precipitation off to the east. We may see a sprinkle out of this the first half of the day on Tuesday, especially from Omaha, Sioux City east. And right there, see that 3 o'clock in the afternoon, a spot shower, a possibility in northeast Nebraska from about Columbus to Omaha. But I think Lincoln, Beatrice, and Grand Island, just maybe some clouds later on in the afternoon. And then eventually mostly clear skies. So clear skies tonight. And when I say clear, there might be some of those thin cirrus clouds. Above average though, by about 10 degrees. We should be closer to 50. We'll be around 60. That southwest wind eventually switches around tomorrow out of the northwest. But lows tonight, middle and upper 50s and lower 60s. And then 83, mostly sunny, a breezy day. That southwest and northwest wind 10 to 25 miles per hour. A lot of upper 70s and lower 80s. Not a lot of humidity, so tolerable. We do need the rain though, and there isn't a lot in there, just a small chance on Thursday. Storms are possible on Saturday and Sunday, but that's not a foregone conclusion either. A couple of 90s in Lincoln for Friday, Saturday, and then I think we'll cool off a little bit heading into early next week with those storm chances. We'll at least get a frontal boundary out of it, which will cool us back down into the 70s Monday and Tuesday, back into the 80s by the middle of next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Rusty. And this Thursday is our 3rd annual bike drive here at Channel 8. Looks like we might have some good weather for it, hopefully. And we want to break last year's record. So if you have any new or gently used bikes in your garage or wherever you keep your bikes, now's the time to pull them out, dust them off, and you can give them to a good cause by dropping them off here on Thursday in our Channel 8 parking lot. That's south of Van Dorn and 10th Streets. Our team is going to be outside waiting from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. New tonight, the Capital Humane Society is reminding people about their Pet Festival. That's coming up this Saturday from 4 p.m. to 8 at the beautiful Glacial Till Vineyard in Palmyra. Now, what a view this is. Funds raised at the festival will go to a variety of programs that raise money for animals, and there's going to be a full and a half-mile walk around the vineyard. The activities there will be for both people and pets, and there's also going to be vendors, pet painting, bobbing for tennis balls, a bounce house, a whole lot more. Sounds like a good time. Their goal is to raise $80,000 at the event. And check this out, a British rock star passing through Lincoln yesterday, Youngblood, making a stop at Lead Belly for a meal on his way to Red Rocks in Morrison, Colorado. He's performing there tonight. But Lead Belly thanking him for choosing them as a food stop during the beginning of his North American tour. Looks like a fun time. Well, stay with us. We have more coming up for you after the break and a whole lot more on our 6 o'clock show, including disaster declaration, what Governor Jim Pillen is requesting from President Trump to get some assistance in recovering the more than 800,000 acres of land ravaged by wildfires. We'll be right back. New at 5, the Lincoln Police Department adds a new member to their team. Check out this cat that ended up in one of their cruisers this morning. The police department says an officer was working a case when this cat walked by and the officer tossed it a couple of treats. But only a few minutes later, the cat hopping up in the cruiser, hanging out behind the headrest there. They say it ran off a few minutes later, but they were glad to have it on patrol. Pretty cute. And listen, I feel like at that point, you just got to take it home. It chose you, right?
Well, unless it was somebody else's.
That's true.
You know, you may
That's
just want
true.
to just
Maybe
say
you got to
hi.
leave it there.
And cats don't care. They're just going to wander around and do their own thing.
That's very true. They hop into patrol cars, apparently.
Apparently. It was a nice evening, too. It looked like that was a kind of an overnight, and temperatures did not fall off too far. That'll be the case again tonight. Now, temperatures right now are very warm, middle and upper 80s, even some 90s out there. 90 in Ogallala, 91 in Shatter. And the temperatures tonight will drop into the 50s and to around 60 degrees. So a very mild night. And then again tomorrow, not quite as warm, but still above average. I think we'll see 83 in Lincoln and Nebraska City, 84 in Hebron, and then 70s further north and west. Where there's 90s today, it'll be 70s tomorrow. So a little bit cooler, that's for sure. 7-day forecast has a small chance for some light rain, mainly after the bike drive. So I think the bike drive itself will be dry and warm, 86, and then a couple of 90s in the Lincoln area Friday and Saturday. Then a cold front moves through and gives us a chance for some storms on Saturday and Sunday. We do need the rain, so hopefully we can get some liquid around here pretty soon.
Absolutely. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Thank you so much, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us. World News is coming up next, but don't go far. We'll be right back here at 6 o'clock.